What's going on, everybody? Today's vlog is going to be more of a kind of a story time type thing. I didn't go anywhere today. Wasn't going to do anything more than just watch some movies and just hang out and whatnot. I did a Twitter poll earlier today for what kind of a vlog you wanted me to do. I put down, do you want me to talk about my hobbies? Do you want to know more background on me? Do you want to know what kind of music I like to listen to? Hobbies and background kind of tied. So let's talk about that. Well, first, I think my biggest hobby thing that I love doing the most is my art, drawing, sculpting, painting. Um, I will put links down in the description for my Instagram, my DeviantArt page. You'll be able to see some of the stuff that I've done. There's only maybe a couple of things that are maybe like truly original artwork. I mostly do, comic book characters like the Joker, Batman, Harley Quinn, stuff like that. There's a few things that are my own. When I was growing up, I didn't really enjoy art too much. I was always getting D's in art class, which is pretty hard. There's not really a way to get D's in art. I mean, unless you're really bad at art, and I was really bad at art. But when I was about 13 years old, my younger brother, who was 10 at the time, caught an unknown virus, which caused acute disseminated encephalitis. He was in a coma for a month. I kind of took care of him from when I was about 15 up until he passed away in 2015. So I was a good 15 years that I took care of him. And so there was a lot of time where I was just at home doing nothing. I had a lot of downtime on my hands between taking care of him, because for a lot of that time he really didn't need my help. In the later years of his life he needed my help. In the beginning years of his life he really didn't need much help. He was kind of, he just needed help getting dressed, his feeding, but that was it. The rest of the day, he would play his video games. He would roll around in his wheelchair. He'd do his own stuff. Those early days, I had nothing else to do other than, my other hobby, video gaming. That's another big thing that I do, video gaming. If you look into my YouTube channel, most of my early stuff is video games. It's just these last 3 months, the doctors have been changing my medications and stuff, and I haven't really been feeling like myself, so I haven't really done any new drawings, any new paintings, any new sculpting. I haven't really done much because I haven't really felt like myself. So hopefully soon, once I start adjusting to the new meds and everything, start adjusting this stuff, I'll get back to my art and you'll be able to see some of it, because I do want to film more of, like speed drawings and stuff, time-lapse stuff of me doing drawings and whatnot. There's, I think, 1 or 2 videos of me speed drawing on my channel, for, I think it was Inktober. Yeah, that's one of the big hobbies that I have, which is my art. I love art. Let's see, what other hobbies do I have? I have video gaming, like I said, with the art. Video gaming, that is a huge part of my life. I started video gaming with my uncle. Going over to my grandma's house. My uncle's not that much older than me. My grandma and my grandpa adopted my uncle and my aunt because they were cousins, but their mother passed away. And my grandma and my grandpa right away adopted them no questions asked. Adopted them, and they've been my aunt and uncle since I was born. Just growing up, my uncle, my grandfather, like that was his kid, and he bought him any system he wanted. So it was Atari, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, PlayStation, PlayStation 2, everything. So I would play video games with my uncle. That was the thing. And yeah, I'd get my butt whooped. There was times where I would get so mad. We'd be playing Killer Instinct on the Genesis, and he would play a Cinder, and he would do that giant combo where you can start with full health, and he would just start that combo and it would finish you off and you wouldn't even get a punch in. My uncle would do that to me, and it would piss me off to no end. and then the same thing, he would do that in Tekken. He would get King in Tekken, and he would do the combo that he just, keep flipping you over and over and hitting you and flipping you in the grappling and everything, and I would never get a hit in, and that would piss me off so bad. But I love my uncle, and that is just he was just my entry into video games was my uncle. I would always get the hand-me-down systems. I would get his old Atari, I'd get his old Nintendo, old Super Nintendo, old Genesis, and I would play the hell out of those systems, and I loved it. That was that was my introductory into video gaming, and I don't get to see him that often anymore. He has his own family and everything. I just saw him the other day, though. He came by my aunt's house, which is where I'm staying at right now, and I got to see his new kid, his new son, and that was pretty cool. So and we talked about video games a little bit and everything, but yeah, that was fun. But yeah, that was my introductory into video games, and my uncle was just awesome, even though he would be a pain in the butt. And just get what other hobbies do I have? I like to go out shooting once in a while. My cousin just got an AR-15. I know a lot of people are anti-gun and stuff, but to go out on the gun range just for an hour or so, pop off a few rounds, it's fun. I know that's not for everyone, but it's fun. It relieves some stress. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Is just a quick little stint on that. Going off-roading, it's another fun thing to do. I don't get to do it that often. The most recent things that I got to go off-roading with, my cousin Mario has a little off-road vehicle, and he came and picked me up. We took off. I did take some pictures while I was out there. I did some video. I'll try to put that into the video here. So we had some fun. We just went out to the desert here nearby. It was really fun. I'd like to have him on his night off take me out there again, because here I am segueing into another hobby of mine, photography. I got this really nice camera that I am recording right now on. It's a Canon Rebel T6, but I got the international version. It's an EOS 1300D. I don't get to go out and photograph much, because I'm pretty much an introvert. Pretty much, yeah. I don't like getting out too much, but when I do, I don't like being around a lot of people. I like going out to the middle of nowhere. So being out in the middle of the desert is great. I can just go out, have fun, you know, go off-roading or whatever, do a lot of pictures. But I would like one night for him to take me out on a moonless night so I can go and do some astrophotography. There was one night when I was out at my hometown with my grandmother's house, and it was just after I had gotten, well, I've had the camera for about 6 months now at the time, but I was like, you know what, I've seen some really cool pictures of the stars and everything, you know what, I want to try it out. And I set up in her backyard. I had a tripod, not as good as this one that I have now, and I'm looking at the sky. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking at videos on my phone, looking up little tutorials on Google, you know, and I set the settings on the camera manual, and I snap off a photo, and I'm seeing these amazing colors, these pinks, these purples, just blacks and blues. Well, not really blues, but it's kind of blackish. And then I'm seeing the mouth of the Milky Way, and there was an excitement in me. I got excited, and I needed to find a clearer spot because in my grandma's backyard there were some trees blocking the way. So I ran out, I grabbed the keys to the car, and there's this little lake road near my grandma's house, and I go down it, and there's a spot down the lake road where there was no trees or nothing. I set up next to the road. We're out in the middle of nowhere because it's a small town in my hometown, and I snapped this amazing picture, and I was just in awe of what I caught on my camera with no special lenses or anything. It was awe-inspiring, and I would love to go out and do some of that again. I would love to have the money to go get a telescope with a motorized mount and do some deep astrophotography where I can take photos of galaxies and nebulas and all that stuff. That would be amazing too. But right now, I think I would just settle for going out into the desert at night right now and just snapping some pictures of the sky. That would be awesome. One quick note before I end this video that you probably wouldn't suspect. It's not really a hobby, but my younger brother Robert, he has a rap group called Cultivated Kings, and I actually sang the chorus, I think it's a chorus, for one of his songs, and I am going to go ahead and link that music, the video for that, in the description, and I'm going to link his YouTube and his Facebook in the description as well. You guys should check him out, his group out. I don't know if he's still doing his rap thing anymore. I know he was wanting to produce more. So, I mean, if you want to check that out, you can. That was kind of a little side project. I would like to do more music stuff, but I don't know if I really have the voice for it and all that. Yeah, that was actually pretty fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please comment, like. You don't have to subscribe if you want to. Awesome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching. And I hope you have a great day. See ya.